Beyoncé? First of all, Beyoncé hasn't posted a Halloween look in so long. Now she pops out dressed as funk diva Betty Davis. This isn't the first time she's shown love to Miss Betty though. In a video for the behind the scenes of her GQ magazine, she used Betty's song called They Say I'm Different. I personally didn't know of Betty prior to this, so to all the people who may say Beyoncé isn't good enough to emulate Betty, that's nonsense. And instead we should be glad that she's introducing Betty to new audiences. While I was listening to Betty's music, I saw a comment from 3 years ago that read, "She was incredible. What is this society which doesn't accept women as they are that has done the work for Beyoncé?" Someone replied, "It's really an insult to compare Beyoncé to Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, etc. We were rocking all this. Beyoncé doesn't have a clue. No, don't compare ever." Of all the artists, they had to bring up Beyoncé. I feel like that shows they know Beyoncé is that girl, because why randomly bring her up while listening to Betty? And that was before Beyoncé did anything Betty related. Betty passed away in 2022, and her music was known to be very sexual, and she was seen as a wild woman. They used to ban her songs or ban her from performing in certain places, but Betty's music is very mild compared to what we have today. When listening to Desert Eagle and Yaya on Cowboy Carter, I feel like Beyoncé gave us a taste of what Act 3 may be like, since it's rumored to be a rock album. At the Renaissance Tour, an image on screen that was from a newspaper read, "The Black Betty Tour," and people think that was hinting at Betty Davis, and if there was any doubt about Act 3 being rock, Beyoncé popped out in a second Halloween costume, dressed as Prince, Vanity, and Apollonia. We already know Beyoncé is a Prince fan, as she's spoken about him throughout the years. She even spoke of Apollonia too. Back in 2022, in Renaissance Pictures, she posed with a gun mic, which Prince is known for, plus she was in what seemed to be a replica of Prince's Purple Room. So it's all coming together. There was this theory of Beyoncé doing 3 acts of 3 different genres because she's trying to take back music that were pioneered by black artists, which they were ultimately shut out of. First, she did dance, now country, and rock would fit right in. In her GQ interview, they asked about why she's doing 3 different acts with 3 different genres. She said, "From the start of my career and on every album, I have always mixed genres. Whether it was R&B, dance, country, rap, zydeco, blues, opera, gospel, they have all influenced me in some way. I have favorite artists from every genre you could think about. I believe genres are traps that box us in and separate us. I've experienced this for 25 years in the music industry. Black artists and other artists of color have been creating and mastering multiple genres since forever. I hope it inspires artists as well as fans to dig deeper and learn more about the black musical innovators who came before us. Some of the most talented artists never achieve the mainstream praise they deserve, especially when they defy the norm. I'd say she's accomplishing that goal. Personally, I learned a lot about both house and country music and the influence black people had on those genres. Beyoncé really does make meaningful art, and I can't wait to see what next she has up her sleeve for Act 3.